So, you fell in love with a narcissist, and the narcissist basically played you, right? The narcissist had like maybe a horrible breakup before, and you were in the middle, right? You just kind of came along and was minding your business, and this person laid it on thick, and you fell for them, right? You got emotionally invested. And then you wake up one day, and then you find out they're back with an ex-partner, or they're back with a new partner, or they're with a new partner, and you're just kind of left out in the cold, and you are expected just to deal with it. Let me tell you how this is going to go for you to make it work in your favor. This is where a lot of narcissists on the internet will tell you that a person who goes supernova can't maintain this for long. Oh, no. No. You're not being vindictive at all. You are just understanding the rule book. And a lot of narcissists don't want you to know really their rule book. They're going to say, oh, but if you try to go toe-to-toe with me, you won't be able to win because I'm a master manipulator. No, they're not. They're master crybabies and they're master children, and they play on your kindness and your empathy. When you have no empathy, or when you basically reverse the empathy and reflect it back on them, which they don't have, that makes you a very long-enduring supernova. And so now you basically have been played. This is what narcissists do. When they are emotionally devoid, they will look for anyone, everyone to give them the attention they need, validation. The internet, you, some chicks that they talked to before, some dudes they talked to in the past. Basically, when someone plays a narcissist, because believe me, narcissists are gullible, they can be played, they go into a tailspin, and the shame and the invalidation and their questionable self-worth looks for something. And unfortunately, you got in the way. You fell in love with their representative. You did not fall in love with them. And narcissists have a very good representative. Remember that. So I'm going to tell you first how you can see that this person doesn't really care about you. And that they're just using you for emotional fuel until they can find someone that they can control, because that's the whole point of narcissists. Narcissists test everyone out. They want to see if you have great fuel. I guess that's what they call it. But they want to see if you'll give them the attention and the validation and the praise without them doing much work. Right? Basically, they're looking for worshipers, and they are the golden calf. But the golden calf just stands there and shines, right? They don't really do anything else. That's what narcissists look for. They want to look for the easiest target they can that will basically swallow their BS and see no fault in them. But that never lasts. But I want you to know one very huge red flag that you can test them on to see if they really care about you or not. Are you ready? Okay. Talk about something that interests you. Talk about something you are passionate about. Like anything that you're passionate about. And watch how they act. You see, people who are narcissistic, they love passion. They love passion because they can't feel passion. They can't feel it. They need someone to give them the social cues to laugh, to cry, to whatever. They need that. They need a barometer of what they should act like, right? Emotionally. But if you're passionate about something that they're not passionate about, they won't care about it. They will literally glaze over. They will give you answers like, oh, okay, yeah. Or they'll parrot back exactly what you said with no indication that they really are interested in what you like. Seriously. They won't care about the book that you read or the movie that you saw or the music that you listened to or the video game you played. They will not care about it. Because here's the thing. when someone's really into you, when someone really wants to learn who you are and they want to be in your life, they will basically do the research and they'll try it out themselves. Or they'll say they'll do it. Like they'll show interest because you're interested, right? And this can be like a friend. This could be a lover. This could be a parent. Like if someone really loves you and cares about you, they want to be a part of your joy. They want to be a part of your world. And so they will figure out some way to do it because they want to keep that bond going. Communication and appreciation is a give and take thing, right? One-sided conversations are hilariously boring and hilariously dull, right? But narcissistic people don't want to give. They are takers, right? If it's not their movie and you're the co-star, then they're not going to the theater. So if someone is really laying it on thick with you, for example, let's just say, you got out of a bad breakup. This is the very best time that narcissists come. They like coming to people who are vulnerable, who are emotionally open, who are hurting, because that is easy prey for them. That is the wounded gazelle from the herd, right? Because if they come in and act like they're Superman to you, or that, they'll be your hero, your knight in shining armor, your damsel in distress, you're easier to manipulate then, right? Because you're crying and you're hurt and you're trying to heal, right? No. At least if you are in such a horrible state at this moment, I beg of you, always keep this in mind. Talk about something you really love. Talk about it. Like talk about issue or thing, and make sure that thing is not what the person who is narcissistic likes. It could be broccoli for God's sake, but talk about it to a reckless abandon and see how they act around you. And I promise you, if this person really truly loves you like you think they do, oh man, they will completely and utterly talk broccoli talk till midnight, right? You'll be talking about different salads and all sorts of cool stuff. But if this person is narcissistic and they're just looking to groom you so then you can praise them and worship them, they will gloss over, or they'll try to change the subject, or they'll get angry because they'll tell you like what you like is stupid, which is obvious invalidation, which means this narcissist is used to getting their way a lot and they're not patient. But the more patient ones will just kind of glaze over and nod and say, or whatever. Now, I know this because the people in my life that I healed from, nobody liked what I liked. And they were very obvious about it. And the only time they liked what I liked was when they were trying to get in my good graces, right? Like, for instance, I love flowers. I love to grow roses and dahlias. I love that. I love flowers. But my ex-partner hated them. And whenever I talked about him, he would try to change the subject as quickly as he could. Or he would talk about something else. Or he would just leave the room by some chance saying, oh, I have to go and do this thing. I didn't know this at first, but all narcissists act this way. The ones that are more cunning that you hear about, they'll play along for so long. But the whole point is you got to keep talking about it because their game won't last for long. Because narcissists have, depending on their patience level, they do have a time frame of when they will play along with you and kind of go along with what you say until they start switching the topic to something that interests them, right? And you'll see it. You'll see the shift. You'll physically see the shift of like their eyes glazing over or rolling up or something like that. And then they'll start talking about what interests them. They won't even segue away from that. They'll just bluntly cut off the conversation, and then it will be about me. So I think that's enough of my rambling, but that's how you can tell. That's the number one tip, is to be passionate about something and keep talking about it, right? And some people say, oh, well, that's boring. And, you're being narcissistic and blah, blah, blah. Maybe you are, but you know what? You're giving back a narcissist what they're going to give you anyway. So when they see that you really love something other than them, they're going to automatically put you in the cannot control bucket. So just a heads up.